Oh,
How do you feel right now?
I feel tiny. This is unbelievable. The main trail inside Zion to get to Observation Point is closed. And this is a much more adventurous way with no people at all. We have reached Observation Point, and it is breathtaking. Look at this. Good morning.
Hi.
Welcome back to Ontario Fishing Quest. And again, we are not in Ontario, we are not fishing. We're continuing on with our hiking adventures in Utah. So right now we're on the eastern side of Zion National Park. And as you can see, as you saw from the intro shots coming in, we took some gravel roads and now a Jeep trail as far as our rental car would let us go. And now we're hiking the rest of the way to Observation Point in Zion National Park. So I'll fill you in later on the directions of how we got here. But right now we've got a bit of a hike to get through the rest of this Jeep trail before we can hop on the East Mesa Trail to Observation Point in the park. And we're doing this route because the main trail inside Zion to get to Observation Point is closed. And this is a much more adventurous way with no people at all. It's a Saturday, so Zion is packed busy.
Oh,
Even the gate going into the park was lined up, and so this is going to be a very interesting route, so stick around. So as you continue down the Jeep trail, you come to a parking area. We just couldn't get our rental car through some of those ruts back there. So if you can make it, try and come all the way down to this parking area. Ample parking for probably 15 vehicles here. We're just starting off on the trail. It's very, it's nice, it's quiet. We're at about 6,500 feet elevation right now. So it's much cooler for sure up here. Keep that in mind. This is September, whatever, later September right now.
20.
September 20 something.
Second.
Bring a light jacket or a puffy down jacket or something that you can pack away in your bag easily enough once the sun gets nice and high. Deer tracks. This trail is a very easy walk right now. And we've seen 2 other hikers so far. We're just walking along leisurely and we kicked up 2 mule deer that just ran across that opening there. That was neat. They were actually a bit bigger than some of the ones we've seen before. You see them in Zion quite often. They just wander around. They're pretty, they're almost like pets there. But yeah, we just saw 2 wild ones and they were a decent size. Wow. Look at this. right after we saw those deer, actually I didn't have my camera on in time because we were just talking about taking this little side path here, and the deer ran away, and then we decided, yeah, we're gonna walk this little side trail, and we found this. So when you see these little side paths when you're walking up this East Mesa Trail, definitely stop and take the time to walk them, because you get some amazing views. This is another little side trail with a viewpoint that drops straight off. It is very worth taking the little side trails. They're not marked with signs that there's viewpoints, there's just little paths going off the main trail. It's definitely worth going off on a few of them. Oh man.
How small
Oh,
do you feel right now?
I feel tiny. This is unbelievable. We have reached observation point, and it is breathtaking. Look at this. You can see the river down there. There you see the shuttle bus. Just to put it into perspective how high we are right here. It's pretty breathtaking. Look at this view. I love Ontario, but you don't see sights like this there. Survey marker, 6,508 feet.
Oh.
$250 fine for disturbing this mark. So we've actually figured out that is Angel's Landing right there. And so I was out on the very tip of that. And so that is 1,500 feet above ground. And so we're much higher than that here. We're definitely over 2,000 feet. Which is crazy. You can see all the people on the Angel's Landing right now because it's a Saturday and the trail to it is open. Whereas here on Observation Point, it's getting busier now, but it's nothing compared to what it would be if the trail from Zion to here was open. I never thought we'd be having lunch in a spot like this.
I never thought that I'd be sitting this close to the edge, actually.
It's a record for Judy with how close she's sitting to the edge. She's overcoming her fear, which is good.
Lekker klikken. Hè?
Judy is nuts. She is way more in shape than I am. So we're heading back from Observation Point, it got so there were quite a few more people that showed up, but it wasn't bad really. So we're making the hike back on the East Mesa Trail, and a good amount of it is uphill. So you do have the more relaxing part of the hike going there as opposed to coming back. But we had lunch at Observation Point. That was really, really cool. I never thought in my life I'd eat lunch at a place like that. So it was good. Well, we made it back to the car. So I think I'll show you guys how we got in here. I'll point it out on the map, the drive that you have to make. There goes my map. And yeah, show you guys how you can get here too. Okay, so we're going to show you guys how to get here. This is Zion National Park. We came from Hurricane from the south end. So if you come up into Zion National Park, you come in through the south entrance. You go past the visitor center, and then you turn east towards Bryce, and you go through all these switchbacks, and this is quite a windy drive. This is where we saw a mountain ghost this morning. You go through a big long tunnel, then you go out the east entrance of the park, and then you're driving on this number 9 going east, and you keep going on that until you come to North Fork Road, where you make a left turn, and then you venture north, and you're going on that for quite a while. It's a paved road, and just before it turns to gravel at this point, you reach a place called Zion Ponderosa. You want to turn towards that, which is a left turn off of North Fork Road, and then instead of turning into the Zion Ponderosa, you actually just continue straight on that road, and it turns to gravel, and then it turns into a Jeep trail, and that brings you right towards this East Mesa Trail right here, and the parking area is right where my finger is basically. And from there you can park your vehicle and go for a hike. So all in all, that was a really fun hike. It was very picturesque and scenic. And Judy, what did you think of it?
Oh, I thought it was beautiful, beautiful, very quiet.
Mm-hmm.
That lookout is just the most beautiful.
Yeah, it's amazing. The lookout is worth the hike in.
Oh yeah.
And the hike was pretty easy.
Yep.
It really wasn't strenuous.
Nope.
That wasn't bad at all. So we're going to head back on our 1/8 of a tank of gas and hope that we can go back all the way through the winding roads of Zion to a gas station. So hopefully we don't get stranded. But anyways, thanks for coming along, and we'll see you on the next one.